Well, guess who's back?
Ah, the freedom of the open road, the tool that makes my little mini landscape photography adventures possible, is back with me, and I've missed her so much. It feels so good to be back out on the open road again. Ah.
Oh yeah, we're back in the van. And what better way to celebrate that than a trip out to Cannock Chase to meet up with the Thumbs Up Photography guys. But before we go to the meetup, a few of us have arrived nice and early. It's just about 5 o'clock now. And we're going to go off and do a morning shoot here in the woods. Oh dear, there's so many deer here.
Now, if you've never been to a photography meetup in the past, I can heartily recommend it. Not only do you get to experience wonderful new places, but usually there's a leader that knows where the good shots are. Like this sunrise location recommended by Martin.
Well, we've all made our way down to, I have no idea where I am, somewhere in Cannock Chase. And this is a scene that Martin shot in the past. So I figured I'd nick it. So welcome to Cannock Chase, guys. Cannock Chase, yeah. Welcome to Steve at silly o'clock in the morning. Yeah, so welcome to Cannock Chase, guys. And Martin has brought us around to a little area that he shot the other week in a video where you've got some gorgeous trees that catch the rim light of the sun coming over, backlit. And it's looking lovely. Good morning. Yeah, it's looking lovely. So we're stood here on this hillside and we're looking down, and I've got a path that's running a nice S-bend through the centre of the shot. It's being flanked on either side by these really luminescent yellows and greens of the ferns and the little bushes that are coming to life. And the trees are just starting to catch now that glow. And as the layers go off into the distance, it's getting hazier and hazier, giving us a bit of depth. A beautiful morning and a beautiful place to be. So, shot number one. Martin's shot. Well, so basically I've not moved more than about 15-20 feet, and I'm working with the same ridge line of trees, and as the light's coming over, it's really popping those colours. Fantastic. We're kind of just milking one scene, to be honest. We're all kind of shooting the same sort of stuff, but this is stunning. Okay, so that's some shots taken with the path in the shot and some shots taken eliminating the path and just really trying to highlight those popping lime greens. So I think we're going to move on from here, or I certainly am. There's a nice large character here that's got the sun behind it and it's really popping. So I might try and shoot that, but it is shooting into the sky. I'll try and get a vignette of it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to include some dead brown ferns in the bottom, and then it's just going to be this bright yellow and the trunk of the tree, trying to eliminate any sky, kind of a abstract sort of thing. Yeah, let's have a go at that. Okay, it's official, I am bushwhacking. Martin and I were just walking along and we spotted the trees we were shooting from a slightly different angle, and they are getting lit up beautifully. So we didn't have a vantage point though because of all of what I've got floating on around me here. So I've bushwhacked down to see if I can get a shot, and I think I've got it. Okay, so we've got this in a vertical, and I'm probably going to cut it down to a square, to be quite honest, because there's a small tree in the bottom of the frame just poking its head through one of the layers and catching the light, and it's really distracting if you ask me. It's such a shame, because if that tree wasn't there, the light that I'm getting across the foreground, that would have made the shot. But you've got these lovely browns in the bottom, then you've got the illuminated trees, and then you've got the misty, hazy background of trees being lit up. Fantastic, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Well, if I sound a bit grotty, that's because I've just got over a little bit of man flu. One of those 3-day ones, comes in hard, hits you quick, and then starts to dissipate, and I've just come out the other side of it. But I've decided that I'm going to wander into the woods now, because the sun's come up quite high, even though it's still early. I think it's about 7 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, I'm going to try and see if I can maintain this elevation and, well, use the backlit woods to light my scenes. Only trouble is, it is quite messy with these little green shoots of the ferns coming up. So it's trying to utilise those lovely browns and these greens without them becoming just a messy foreground. But I'm loving the way this is all getting lit up. Fantastic. So the shot I've got framed up has completely eliminated everything apart from the hillsides and the trees and the ground. But what's really made this for me is the fact that I've got this nice big area of dark green, and then this strong, vibrant lime green area of light that's coming in. And I'm just waiting for it to come back because the sun's gone behind a cloud. But because I've managed to eliminate all sky from this, I've got this wonderful, strong, great big character in the frame. So my main concern is, 1, don't blow out my highlights, and 2, make sure I've got my shutter speed so that I can capture those leaves. And I'm just waiting for the light to come in and out as it's doing now. That looks lovely. Focused on the tree. And that's phenomenal. I love that. So that is my sort of shot. Okay, so I haven't walked very far at all, a few yards. So I think I'm just going to work this area because the light's going to end up getting harsh soon. I'm going to try and pick out some vignettes within this wonderful patch of these really, really old silver birch by the looks of it. They're so twisted and gnarly. It's fantastic. It's just waiting for that light to pop in and out of the clouds. So I think in this small space, there's probably going to be another 2 or 3 shots somewhere. I've just got to find them. Right. I'm starting to wake up now. Okay, so I've backed up as far as I can for this scene. But what I really like is you've got this one dead branch covered in bracken here, and then you've got this big tall silver birch. Then behind you've got that cluster of 4. It's a little bit wider than I want, but I think I just need to crop down a touch on the sky and it's going to be where I want it. I might even take this to a 16:9. But it's just waiting for that light to flit in and out again, making sure that I don't blow out my highlights and getting that shutter speed where I need it. Well, I've been stood around for about 10-15 minutes and the light now has basically been snuffed out. We've had a big bank of cloud come rolling through. So I think that's going to be the best of it for this morning. But that's not me done for today. I'm going to hang around until this evening and I'm going to try and shoot sunset here. See if I can get a few shots, probably with going into the sun and maybe some silhouettes or something like that, and check out a different area of Cannock Chase because I've only ever come to the one bit. Right, so let's head back to the van and I'll catch you guys this evening.
Well, it was nice to meet everybody at the Thumbs Up Photography group meetup. What a wonderful bunch of people they were. We had a little bit of a wander around and I caught a couple of images handheld. Then settled back into the van and watched the weather turn into a bit of a grey sky day.
Well, the sky has taken a turn for the worse and it's probable that we're not going to get a decent sunset. So I think I need to take advantage of what I've got at the moment. And I think I'm going to try and get some detail shots. See if I can find an essence of what encapsulate this area, or encapsulates even. So what does? Well, it seems at the moment it's the lime greens, which we did hopefully a very good job of this morning. We've got the blossom out on the trees and we've got a lot of gorse giving us some lovely colour. So I think I'm first going to do the gorse. Let's see if I can get a close-up shot. So I've picked out a gorse bush here and I'm set up to do a close-up shot. Now I've got limitations obviously. I think it's approximately just under 1 metre is my focal range and 200mm is my reach. So I've set this up about f14 to give me half decent sharpness in the image and a good depth of field, or as good as I can get. The wind's blowing so I can't really focus stack this. But what I have noticed is right inside this little bunch of gorse, right in the little flowers, is a tiny little spider. So yeah, there's a little bit of added interest within the image. He is small though, very small. I will crop this down a touch. It's going to be probably a square and I will just pull in the edge just to give me that extra bit of reach, but not too much. I don't want to ruin the file completely, but a bit of intentional cropping there to compensate for the fact that I can't do macro. So I've come to this blossom tree and I'm trying to compose a shot here, and this is where the limitations of my lens fail me. Because the subject is quite small, I want to get in tighter to it. Again, I could crop, but this is going in too far for cropping if you ask me. So I've focused in on this one here on the end of the branch, and I'm having the same trouble as I had with the previous shot where this subject is just that little bit too small for the amount of distance I've got to be away from it. It's better than the first, I think. A nice square crop on this, that will certainly suit it. You've got some nice dark greens in the background and you've got the white popping flowers, and then you've got a little bit of pink in the middle and the stamens, and I think I've got them sharp as I can get them. Shot again at f14, 500 ISO and 1/200th of a second. So it looks like, as a guesstimate, about to my elbow is my kind of reach that I need to be at. That's as close as I can get. So I've been walking around for ages, but I have found some more blossom, but this time very pink. So this one, similar concept as the last. I'm zoomed out at 200mm, got as close on my focusing distance as I could. Yeah, and try to position it so that it's nicely kind of just off-centered in the frame, and I'm blowing out the background and hopefully getting those stamen within the flowers absolutely pin sharp. So I shot this one at 1/30th of a second, f14 again, and ISO 640. Yeah. Details in the woods. Well, I was hoping to find a subject I could shoot for sunset as well, but unfortunately this area hasn't offered me anything that I want to shoot. So I think I'm going to head back to the van and I'm going to move to another location and see if I can find something that's going to face towards the sun. If there is a sunset tonight, there's a lot of big cloud. The question is, will there be a sunset?
I'd ideally like a broader vista with maybe an isolated tree and some nice red cloud. That would be nice, but I don't think I'm going to get it. But I have come out to a broader area, so I should at least get the subject, or at least I hope I do. It will be slightly silhouetted if I'm shooting into the sun, but it's quite still, so I'm wondering if I could get a little bit of drama in the sky, even without the red sunset. Oh. Okay. We're getting a little bit of action. Might light up, you know, so, but I'm not shooting the right way at all. Although, if that moves across this tree, that'll make it. That will make it.
I've got no other single subjects close to me. Well, they are, but they're all over there, and I don't want to miss this light. So, oh, it's starting to come across closer to the tree. Well, it didn't work. I'm getting light, but I just can't get a composition on this tree. The tree line that's behind it, yeah, it's just getting in the way. I really like this tuft of grass I've got in front of here as well. So, I'm just going to go for the tree. Really shallow depth of field, or shallow as I can get. Why do I like this tuft of grass? I don't know why I like this tuft of grass. I just do. Well, I think this angle's better in the end. Ain't nothing fancy here, it's just that sky. It's just that sky. It's moody. And of course then you've got a slither of colour. Okay, whilst we're waiting, let me talk you through my issues with this composition. There's lots. Okay, a la Gary Sugden, here comes a magic finger. So, on the camera, you can see I've got the comp. Now, I have moved back slightly because the issues I was having, there goes the magic finger, that gap there, and then the trees. I didn't like it. I wanted the gap. I didn't want the trees to continue. I wanted the tree roughly on the thirds, a bit like this. It is slightly off the thirds, but none of the branches of the tree are separate from the trees behind it, and I can't get low enough to make it work. That's my biggest problems. And then of course we do have our nice lovely lonely tuft of grass. Yeah, not working. This really needs some colour in the sky, because that's the only thing that's going to make this good for me. Wow, okay, this sky is looking amazing. So we're still not there yet. We've got about another 6 minutes, I think. Hang on. 39, 6 minutes. But look at that drama. This sky is quite possibly going to go ballistic. If it does, I'm going to go, why didn't I have a much better subject? But this could go wild. Oh man, look at that. Oh wow. Let's get those highlights in check. Oh, so good. So good. Okay, a sunset doesn't always make a scene, but it makes this one. This sky is immense. Wow, that is on fire under that tree. It's gotta come up into the sky. It's got to. It's gone sunset, but that is still there. So we keep going till that stops glowing. Well, that's it. Just that tiny glimmer now left on the horizon. I really was hoping that this would all catch, and this just would have been phenomenal, but it didn't. But it still gave me a lot of drama. Well, it's been a really long day today. 3:45 to, it's now 8:45. I'm absolutely shattered. Full day of photography and a bit. Lovely to meet up with the thumbs up guys. Dave, nice to meet you for the first time. Ever such a nice fella. And of course, nice to catch up with Martin, Colin and Steve. And hopefully I'll get to meet Gary at some stage. But anyway, that's me now done for Cannock Chase. Not the best composition in the world. I'm in an area that I don't know. The sunset, I've only been here in the mornings realistically. So yeah, the sunset locations I haven't figured out yet. But I thoroughly enjoyed my day. Right. Hope there's a few good images in this lot from today, because there's about 5 billion of them. I'll catch you guys in the next one.